Hey, hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Let's review some scores for Wednesday, and then we'll make some picks for Thursday. Wednesday, Toronto beat Winnipeg 3-1. We got that one wrong. Philadelphia lost to Buffalo 6-1. We got that one wrong. Arizona got beaten by Colorado 9-3. We got that one right. The Kings doubled up Vegas in Vegas 4-2. We got that one wrong. Calgary-Vancouver game was postponed. And then Minnesota was also doubled up by San Jose 4-2. We got that one wrong. So the best bet was Winnipeg. That one did not go through. The record goes to 19-16. Overall picks are 1-4. That record goes to 146 and 121. My parlay, one game was a push because it got postponed, and the other two didn't go through. So March is over, and I hope the terrible picks are over. I'll try to do better for you guys. I put money on these games too, so it's shitty when you go on one of these shitty streaks. But April, new month. Let's try to make some good picks and see what happens. Let's go over some games. We got Pittsburgh against Boston. Boston is 5-3-2 in their last 10, current one-game winning streak. Vladar confirmed to be a net for Boston. Pittsburgh is 7-2-1 in their last 10, current four-game winning streak. The Smith listed to be a net for Pittsburgh. They're in third with 48 points in the Mass Mutual East. Boston sits in fourth with 41 points. The Penguins played the Islanders in their last game, and they lost that game 2-1. Boston's last game was against New Jersey, and they won that game actually in a shootout, 5-4. Boston has a 3-1 lead in this season series. And both these teams have some senior guys kind of leading in the points department. You've got Crosby for Pittsburgh with 8 points in his last 5 games at the age of 33. And then Krejci for Boston. He's also got 8 points in his last 5 games at the age of 34. So good for them. Goaltender for Boston, Vladar, young guy. I think he's 22 or 23, and he's only had 2 starts this season, won both of them. But I think Pittsburgh's playing more consistent hockey right now, and I kind of like what they're doing, and I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but I see them winning this game. I'm going to go Pittsburgh to win the game. Visiting team Pittsburgh is my first pick. Next game, we've got the Rangers against Buffalo. Buffalo 1-8-1 in a current one-game winning streak. Tukarski is listed to be a net for Buffalo against the Rangers, who are 6-3-1 in their last 10, current one-game winning streak. Shesterkin is listed to be a net for the Rangers. They're in 6th with 36 points in the Mass Mutual East. Buffalo sits in last, 8th, and even with their last 2 points, they still haven't cracked 20. They're sitting at 19 points. The Rangers coming off an impressive win when they won 5-2 against Washington, and obviously the Sabres on a back-to-back here, coming off a win against Philadelphia 6-1. Fox for the Rangers is playing unreal right now. I think he's got 12 points in his last 5 games. And Tukarski for Buffalo is going to still be looking for his first win. Panarin looked good in that game against Washington too. I mean, he got a goal and 2 assists. And a back-to-back Buffalo team here to beat this Rangers team who just beat Washington. I can't see that happening. I got to like the Rangers here. Rangers are going to be my pick to win the game. Next game, battle of the top 2 in this Mass Mutual East division, although they both are coming off losses. Washington against the Islanders. The Islanders 6-4-0 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Varlamov listed to be a net for the Islanders against Washington, who are 8-2-0 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Samsonov is listed to be a net for Washington. They're in first with 50 points in the Mass Mutual East. The Islanders sit in second with 48 points. Capitals played the Rangers on Tuesday, and they lost that game 5-2. And the Islanders, as I mentioned earlier, lost to Pittsburgh 2-1. Washington has won all 3 games that these teams have played. Pajot is leading the Islanders with 6 points in his last 5 games. Ovechkin, I think, is still leading the Capitals. He's got 5 points in his last 5 games. But in the last game, he didn't look right. I mean, he looked off. He looked uncomfortable, like he was kind of dealing with something. So I don't know if I like that. I like the home team here, Islanders. Islanders are going to win the game. Islanders to beat Washington is my pick. And that'll tie him with 50 points for first in the Mass Mutual East. Next game, we got Columbus against Tampa. Tampa is 6-4-0 in their last 10, current 3-game losing streak. Vasilevsky listed to be a net for Tampa against Columbus, who are 4-3-3 in their last 10, current 1-game winning streak with Merzlikins listed to be a net. They're in 6th with 36 points in Discover Central. Tampa sits in first with 50 points. Columbus dropped 2 straight to Detroit, but then in their last game, they took on number 1 team Tampa, and they won that game 3-1, even though Tampa outshot them 38-21. Michelini was in net for Tampa, and I think he had kind of a rough go. I mean, he only faced 21 shots, and he let in 3. And I know the Blue Jackets have a 2-1 lead in this series, but with Vasilevsky in net, and I think Tampa may be saying, okay, we've had enough of this. I think you got to go home team here, Tampa, to beat Columbus. Like a strong feeling on that one. Tampa to win that game is my pick. Next game, we got Detroit against Florida. Florida 6-4-0 in their last 10, current 3-game winning streak. Bobrovsky listed to be a net for Florida against Detroit, who are 5-5-0, current 1-game losing streak. Picard listed to be a net for Detroit. They're in 8th with 28 points in the Discover Central. Florida sits in 2nd with 50 points. On Tuesday, the Panthers defeated the Red Wings 4-1. The Panthers lead this season series, or they've won it already, 5-2. Detroit gave it a good go, and I think they put 36 shots on Bobrovsky, but they could only get one past him. I think all 3 stars in that game were Florida players. Huberdeau, Verhaeghe, and Bobrovsky. And I mean, Florida's got a great home record. They're 11-4-3. Detroit they've won some games, and I'll give them that, but their road record is 3-13-1. I don't like them in this position, and I think I like another home team here, Florida, to win. That'll be my pick. Next game, Montreal against Ottawa. Ottawa 4-3-3 in their last 10 with an overtime decision. Gustafsson listed to be a net for Ottawa. Montreal 5-2-3 with a current 2-game winning streak. Price listed to be a net for Montreal. They're in 4th with 39 points in the Scotia North. Ottawa sits in 7th with 28 points. The Canadiens last played Edmonton on Tuesday and came away with a 4-0 win. Nice shootout for Price. And they also outshot the Oilers 32-17. Last game for the Senators was against Toronto back on the 25th of March, and Ottawa lost that 3-2 in overtime. Ottawa leads the season series 3-2, and this will be the first of a 2-game set. I kind of like a rested Ottawa team here. I mean, they've beaten, I think, I'm not going to get into my reasons why, especially with the way my picks have been lately, but I'm going to take Ottawa, another home team here, to beat Montreal. Next game, Carolina against Chicago. Chicago is 4-6-0 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Lankinen listed to be a net for Chicago. Carolina is 6-2-2 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Mrazek, I think, is back. I think he's going to be off injury, and I think he's going to be in net here. If not, it'll be Reimer, but they're in 3rd with 49 points in the Discover Central. Chicago sits in 5th with 39 points. On Tuesday, when these teams met, the Hawks won 2-1, even though the Canes outshot the Hawks 32-16. Series tied at 2 games apiece. Kane leads Chicago with 7 points in his last 5, and this will be the last time these teams play in Chicago for this regular season. I mean, Chicago's fighting hard. I mean, they're kind of tied with 39 points in the 4th and 5th position there, and they know every game is so crucial right now going into the end. I'm going to look to Chicago. Lankinen's playing really well, and I like the way the Chicago team's playing. I'm going to pick them. Another home team here to win. That would be 2 in a row against Carolina, which would be pretty impressive for Chicago to do, but I think they can do it. That's my pick. Next game, Dallas against Nashville. Nashville 8-2-0, current 6-game winning streak, longest winning streak in the league right now. Saros listed to be a net for Nashville. Dallas is 3-3-4 in their last 10, current overtime decision. Kudobin listed to be a net for Dallas. They're in 7th with 32 points in the Discover Central. Nashville sits with 4th with 39 points. Teams played on Tuesday, and the game ended in overtime with Nashville winning 3-2. Predators now lead this season series 3-2. And other than that first game back in January when I think it was a win for Dallas, 7-0, all the other games that have been played have been 1-goal games. And I think Dallas is kind of sitting, even though they're in 7th with 32 points, I think they're not out of it yet. And again, I think Nashville maybe going for win number 7 gets a little cocky. I'm going to go visiting team here. Dallas is going to be my pick to beat this Nashville team. And that's a tough pick because Saros has been playing really good. But so has Kudobin. So again, every game that these guys have played other than the first one has been a 1-goal game. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 1-goal game too. Hopefully it'll just end up on Dallas's side. Next game, this is a back-to-back for both these teams. This is the last game. Minnesota against Vegas. Both these teams lost tonight. Vegas 7-3-0 in their last 10, current one-game losing streak. Leonard listed to be in net for Vegas. Against Minnesota, that's 6-3-1 in their last 10, current one-game losing streak. Talbot listed to be in net for Minnesota. They're in third with 44 points in the Honda West. Vegas sits in second now, out of first, down to 49 points. The Wild lost to San Jose on Wednesday night 4-2. Vegas played LA on Wednesday night, and they also lost to LA 4-2. 2 games apiece in this series. Vegas won the first 2 games, and then Minnesota has won the last 2 games. Leonard has been playing really well. He's won his last 4 starts, and this is the first of a 2-game set. They play again on Saturday. Talbot's been playing good too. This is a coin flip game as far as I'm concerned, but for the simple reason that Vegas has the home record they do. Leonard's been playing really well, and Minnesota, I'm going to go Vegas. Again, I'm not going to get into all these reasons why, but I'm going to go Vegas to win the game. My picks: Vegas to beat Minnesota, Dallas to beat Nashville, Chicago to beat Carolina, Ottawa to beat Montreal, Florida to beat Detroit, Tampa to beat Columbus, Islanders to beat Washington, Rangers to beat Buffalo, Pittsburgh to beat Boston. My best bet, I'm actually going to make that Dallas game and try to get out of this little losing streak on this best bet here. I'm going to do 2 parlays. I'm going to do 3 straight up money lines. I'm going to go Pittsburgh money line, and I'm going to parlay that with Dallas money line and Islanders money line. Then I'm going to do a couple puck lines. I'm going to go Ottawa puck line plus 1.5 at 1.68. Florida puck line minus 1.5 at 2. And then Tampa puck line minus 1.5 at 1.95. On my that money line parlay, I got 2.15 on my Pittsburgh. I got 1.8 on the Dallas and 1.76 on the Islanders. And I'm hoping that April 1st, things start off way better than the way March ended. I honestly wish all of you good luck with your picks. Hope everyone's doing well. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Talk soon. Good luck.